Hello dan Fahmi, selamat kembali kepada satu dari sesi mari bermain kita. Dan kali ini kita ada The Monster Inside. Sila tonton. Hello semua dan selamat kembali. Dan kali ini aku ambil break sedikit daripada StarCraft Remastered. Dan juga pada masa yang sama aku juga tengah mengusahakan kembali projek unboxing ku. Di antara minggu-minggu akan datang, sesuatu yang menarik dalam aku, iaitu aku telah mendapat sponsor. Dari siapa? Nanti kau akan tahulah kan. 3 barang untuk di-reviewkan bersama. Untuk kali ini anggaplah sebagai latihan untuk suara aku. Sebenarnya aku nak cuba dapatkan suara yang agak dalam. Bukan dalam sekadar dalam aja, dalam. Dia bunyi dalam dan tenang. Aku suka portray diri aku seperti itu, dan aku anggap ini sebagai latihan untuk akulah. So jadi The Monster Inside sebuah audio visual novel daripada Random Seed Game. Jadi untuk kali ini anggaplah seperti aku membaca sebuah buku cerita kat korang kan. Tapi sebabkan dia memerlukan banyak untuk bercerita, jadi kita memerlukan sebuah botol air untuk bagi suara tu. Jelas terang kejap Kalau korang tahu, aku suka sangat macam suara YouTuber Markiplier.
Hello everybody, my name is Markiplier.
Satu lagi antara suara dalam yang aku suka adalah Peter Cullen. Tak tahu siapa dia. Dia yang suara untuk Optimus Prime.
I am Optimus Prime.
Dan sudah tentulah cara bercakap seperti Liam Neeson.
I will look for you. I will find you. And I will kill you.
Cara dia bercakap memang very charming bagi aku lah. Okay, mari kita mulakan. Monster Inside sebuah visual novel yang bertemakan noir. Noir ni macam zaman-zaman dulu, zaman 40-an ke apa, style movie dia memang dia tak macam black and white biasa, dia lebih gelap lagi, dan selalu temanya crime fiction kan. Jadi kita tengoklah apa benda pasalnya The Monster Inside ni. Mari kita mulakan. Kena test. Alamak, tulis tu sangkut pula. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, kita cuba. My head pounded, ears still sweet. Dah sebut pun susah. My head pounded, ears still ringing slightly. Some of the worst nightmares I'd had in years left me feeling like I'd been punched in the jaw. But just like any other day, I dragged myself to the office. Ini klasik. Kalau kau pasal macam aku cakap tadi, pasal bertemakan noir ni, selalunya dia akan tunjuk lah kipas shilling berpusing, dan lepas tu dia akan zoom out tunjukkan bahawa sebenarnya adalah officer or detective. Very very cliche. There was another notice on the door from the Mayor Vinetti's office. Permits out of date. They didn't like me much and were trying to drown me in paperwork. It was a slow month. Weeks since I had any real case to work on. So I passed the time pacing the office, smoking and staring at the mirror in the corner, safely covered with an old bed sheet. Ini kot apa tujuan dia cover pun aku tak faham. I don't dare look at my own reflection. I'm too afraid of what I might see. Afraid someday I might have to face what I really am. Kalau kau perasan, video background dia sangat sedap kat belakang ni. The girl came in so quiet, I nearly choked on my cigarette. Oh, customer pertama kita kah? Atau customer pertama kita setelah sekian lama? Girl, okay. Miss takkanlah aku. Okay, aku akan cuba buat suara perempuan. Bukan suara perempuan, tapi untuk portray dia sebagai seorang perempuan. Takkanlah Mr. Please, you gotta help me, Mr. Okay, it doesn't work like that. Okay. Mister, please, you gotta help me, Mister. Okay. Berkait dengan visual novel ni, kita boleh ada pilihan untuk memilih jawapan kan, sama ada di efek. Maksudnya tak efek sangat kot. Ada yang mungkin lah dia akan efek dari segi pengakhiran cerita, tapi aku rasa macam jenis simple macam ni tak ada kot. Calm down now, sit and talk slow. Okay, thanks. It's just no one will listen to me. Just tell me your tale, I'm listening. She eyed me with a dash of suspicion as I tossed back a hand full of pills and chased them with a swig of whiskey. I could tell this might take a little while. Her name was Lily. Macam cousin aku. She told me she was his mistress, the man all over the newspapers. the infamous banker, Mr. Reginald Farnsworth. Mr. Farnsworth was a drunk, philandering bastard, but this girl seemed genuinely concerned that he had recently gone missing. Less concerned about the fact that Mr. Farnsworth's wife had just turned up dead in Central Park 2 nights ago. Ooh, mystery. You don't understand. He just couldn't have done it. He hated his wife, but he couldn't have killed her. Everyone thinks it was him and no one believes me. He's gotta be in trouble. I ain't saying I believe you, but what makes you think he's in danger? Well, Mr. Jack. You can just call me Jack. Itu nama karakter kita. Tapi aku tak faham. Yelah, selalu macam sebelum ni ada yang 3 pilihan tu kita boleh pilih. Tapi kalau just sekadar macam satu, kenapa kau nak perlu? Yalah, kita klik benda ni. Tak perlulah kot. Jack, whoever did that to his wife must have been the one who took him. He would have never left without me. He promised me. I'm sure Mr. Farnsworth promised this poor girl a lot of things. Please, the cops won't listen to me and they want to bring him on charges. They gotta prove it wasn't him before they find him. Honestly, I doubt they are in too much of a hurry. Farnsworth had practically the entire police force in his deep pockets. Probably why they hadn't found much yet. If they found him and brought him in, it would be due to public pressure. Sometimes a mob with a pitchfork is more dangerous than one man with money. Kering pula tekak. Break kejap. I can help you. We'll get to the bottom of it. Don't you worry now. Oh, thank you, Mr. Jack. Thank you. But please, be careful. I don't think this was any murderer or kidnapper. I think it was a suspense sangat ni. A beast. Beast as in apa? Binatang makhluk. Jom kita. Beast. The word struck me funny. Like when you jar your elbow on a hard corner. Not a word many use this day except in hushed whispers and bedtime stories for children. Oh, they were ill enough, alright. They just got better at hiding, controlling their unseemly urges. But I hadn't seen any monsters in nearly 15 years. Back when I was still a cop myself. Okay. Leave the detective work to me. Let's not jump to conclusion here. I just have a feeling about it. Something tells me you can get to the bottom of it. You're good at this sort of thing. Sure, can't you see how busy I am with cases? I replied a little too harshly. Sarcasm wasn't my strong suit. I reassured her some more and sent her on her way. I didn't want to scare her, but I warned her before she left to keep her doors locked and call me if she saw anything suspicious. I didn't know if she was in any danger herself, but better be safe than sorry. That night, I made my way down to the Central Park. It was a long shot, but maybe there was something there the cops had missed. Chapter seterusnya. Tamat chapter pertama kita. The scene was already picked clean by the cops days ago, but I've got a knack for finding the things others overlook. Ni aku part yang apa Mrs. Farnsworth kena bunuh tu. Okay. A knack, more of a symptom of a condition, other less useful symptom I kept in check. But for the time being, my keen of sense of smell will come in handy. Dia ni anjing ke apa? Boleh pula bau-bau macam tu It was faint, but I could smell it before I even approached the police line. The scent was less of a thing and more of an emotion. Seduction. A strangely familiar smell. I expected a scene of a trepidation or maybe even outright fear. But Mrs. Farnsworth seemed to have been at the height of pleasure when she left this world. So dia tengok and then dia pun mati. Brought new meaning to a climb of passion. Pushing the thought from my mind, it was time to get down to business. Investigate the scene. Okay, so kita boleh interact dengan scene ni nampaknya. Muddy footprints everywhere. Difficult to pick out anything from the prints the cops left behind in their haste. But cops don't wear 2,000 pairs of khaki knots. It looked like Mr. Farnsworth was there that night. and walked away on his own 2 feet. Investigate lagi. Ni apa ni? A burn mark on a nearby tree caught my eye. I ran my finger along its length and felt a chill down my spine. This wasn't just any burn mark. This was the mark of an ancient magic. It was doubtful the cops would have picked it up on it. Could Lily have been right? Something unnatural was at play here. Mana nak tahu? Ancient magic. Dia apa? Terlibat dengan apa? Supernatural ke apa ni? Ini makin pelik. But I was no stranger to the strange. Okay, mungkin dia ada sesuatu yang disorotkan daripada kita, watak kita ni, watak Jack ni. Okay, next. After looking around for a while longer, I realized the park had given up all it was hiding from me. So I trudged back to my apartment and my head hit my pillow like it owed me money. Chapter seterusnya. The next morning, I was reeling for another bout of ghoulish nightmare, but I tried to hide my discomfort when I saw Lily was already sitting outside my office. She waited wordlessly as I unlocked the door and ripped down another notice from the mayor's office. I motioned for her to step inside, seemingly afraid of what I might say. She finally woke up the courage to ask, "So, what did you find?" "Well, I got some good news. Farnsworth might still be alive." I probably shouldn't have given her false hope like that, but she seemed like she needed something to hold on to right then. She didn't need to know about the mark on the tree. "How do you know that? Where is he?" "There were signs he was at the scene and slipped away." Itulah kalau kita bawa dia footprint, mesti perempuan nak pergi tengok footprint ke mana dia ikut. Bagi kita beritahu yang kedua ni. There were signs he was at the scene and slipped away. My tone was indifferent towards her as I turned and grabbed a bottle from the desk drawer. A dryness in my throat made it difficult to swallow my meds. "But you don't know where he went? Do you think the news this morning is related?" "What news is that? Haven't you heard?" "Nope. Rough night followed by a rough morning. They found the police chief's wife dead down by the docks. They say it happened last night. Let me guess. Chef Amato is missing too." My face might have betrayed a hint of satisfaction as she confirmed my suspicions, but it faded quickly. Amato was a shit cop and a shit chief. He was half the reason I left the force, but now his wife was dead and I have more questions than I did the day before. The gears in my head started to spin, which wasn't helped by the splitting pain in my temples. I told Lily I needed time to work and she left slightly dejected, wanting more answers than I could provide. That night, after the cops had cleared out of the docks, I would slip down and see what I could uncover concerning Mrs. Amado's untimely demise. And to the docks we go. The cold air smells strongly of salt and oil and... Could it be? Destruction, I think. The smell again, like someone had bottled pure salt. Like someone had bottled pure arousal and used it as perfume. It hit me like a long forgotten memory, but the sensual fume soon gave way to a rush of adrenaline. I knew exactly what the scene reminded me of, and that scared me more than not knowing. I looked down at my hands, shaking, the nightmares, the headache. No, I was better now. Reform. I had to focus, no jumping to conclusion, follow the evidence. Jom kita cari, ni apa ni? Red Phoenix cigarette. Same shitty blend I smoke every day. Everyone got their vice. Yeah. Tapi itulah, rokok yang sama dengan dihisap. Okay, ada apa kat sini? Tak ada. Oh, okay. Apa benda ni? Tak nampak apa pun. There, just there, the smallest piece of purple fabric, torn and caught in the splinter of a board. The police report didn't say anything about Mrs. Amaro wearing purple, and it was certainly of a quality that you wouldn't expect down here. Don't see too many high society types around flaunting royal purple threads. I pulled out my own pack of rags and lit up. I could already feel another headache coming on, but looking out over the waves seems to help me forget. The cold helped me push down for the uncomfortable thoughts that had been bubbling to the top of my brain. Itu je. Kembali kita berada di office. I honestly don't remember the walk back to the office. Okay. Apparently, I spent the night in my easy chair. The air from the docks lingered on my clothes. It was still dark out. No, I checked the clock. How long had I been out? Had I really slept through the entire next day? A newspaper was sitting under the door. As I stood to fetch it, I nearly fell over. A wave of nausea hit me like a ton of bricks. Boom. I steadied myself and regained my composure. Before I even picked up the paper, I could already read the headline. Breaking, mayor missing. Wife found dead. Third victim. 2 cases is a coincidence. 3 is a pattern. The cops would come asking questions soon. They knew I had a history of antagonizing all the victims. I stumbled to my desk and slammed back 3 days worth of inhibitors pills. I couldn't take any chances. I had to investigate the scene to be sure. I threw on my jacket and went to the door. Lily caught me off guard on the other side. Jack, where are you off to? I've been trying to reach you all day. I'm sorry, Lily, but I don't have time to talk. I have to go. Okay, but we need to talk when you get back. Stay safe. She gave me a soft kiss on the cheek as I rushed off. Part of me wants to stay and tell her it would be okay, but it would be a lie. Hey, Mr. Lee. The alley was located just behind the high-rise apartments where Mayor Vinetti and his wife live. I could tell the police was spooked now. The crime scene was even sloppier than the last. They hadn't even bothered to submit the trash into evidence. Ow! Tergigit lidah. Ow! They hadn't even bothered to submit the trash into evidence. Trash, kita start di sini. Why wouldn't they at least look through the dumpster? It seemed untouched. No one wants to do the dirty work. But I know how to find the good stuff. It really doesn't take long if you know what to look for. Lightweight bag usually means someone was dumping documents. If you were lucky, they didn't bother to shred them. Jackpot, shell companies, shady stock trades, bribes. I knew Mayor Vinetti was crook, but this was unbelievable. And there was more. Letters with Mayor Vinetti and Chief Amato talking about me. How they were trying to get me shut down. They didn't like me snooping around crime scene all the time. Well, they weren't here to stop me snooping around this one. Apa lagi ada? Investigate money. Okay. Vinetti's car. If he's still alive, why wouldn't he have left in his car? It didn't make any sense. Of course, I honestly wasn't too motivated to find him, but the stakes were too high and my back was edging towards the unthinkable. As I searched around for anything that might assuage my fears, I caught the scene again. It overwhelmed my other sense of undulating pleasure. It was intoxicating, a weapon used on the weak will, a weapon I knew all too well. Though it had been many years since I had used it. Ooh, apa benda? Some sort of pheromone? Was there another like me? Was I being framed? It wasn't possible, was it? I was taking my inhibitors. I was reformed. Dia ada cerita pasal kisah lama dia ni yang kita tak tahu ni. But the nightmares, the headaches, the memory lapses, I couldn't even trust myself. I started walking back out the alley when something shiny caught my eye. A watch. Not just any watch though. My watch. How long had my wrist been bare? Surely I just dropped it when I first came down the alley. I checked the time just before I left the office, hadn't I? Or I had used the wall clock. I couldn't be sure. I couldn't be sure of anything. So I ran kembali kepada office semula. I don't know why I ran back to the office. The cops would probably show up any minute to knock down the door and cart me away. They would put it together before long. Maybe it would be best for everyone if I simply faced my own reflection. But Lily was still there waiting for me. Oh, Lily masih ada. Jack, what's wrong? You like you've seen a ghost. My own ghost come back to haunt me upon the past. Klise sangat lah Jack ni. You're not making any sense, Jack. Come, sit down. You don't understand. You're not safe around me. I took a good last look at her as I prepared to show her out the door. I noticed she was wearing the same thing she had when she first came to my office 3 days ago. A beautiful purple dress. Danger. Odd that I hadn't really noticed before, but it made her seem out of place, out of time. And it was frayed around the edges, torn in places. Danger signal number 2. My chair caught my fall as my knees failed me. It was you. You're the monster. Succubus. Oh, interesting twist. Okay, succubus okay, those apa ni, those pheromone yang dia cakap apa, the scene of seduction semua tu. Lepas tu pula ancient magic, beast. Inilah dia, succubus, monster atau monster lah, monster. Berupa seorang perempuan yang akan menggoda lelaki dan buat hack-hack dengan dia orang, dan juga serap dia punya tenaga atau roh atau apa sajalah sampailah dia orang mati. Oh Jack, we are one and the same, you and I. We are both monsters. I'm simply more honest with myself. There's no such thing as reformation. Those pills you take only make you dull. Okay, kalau disama, Jack ni pun kira apa? Incubus? Beast like us. Silap. Itu Lily. Okay, beasts like us should never suppress our true natures as you have in Incubus. Betul lah. Succubus dan Jack is an incubus. Incubus ni versi perempuan ni. Versi lelaki punya. Those men were probably dead too, now I figured. She probably took them to her lair and harvested their seed. So, you've done all this just to wake me up? You could say that, though it seemed now to just have you doubt yourself. You believe you were still capable of such horrors, which mean deep down you probably are. You can't escape it. Now I need you to complete the deed. You took my watch, messed with my head. Oh, don't act like I didn't do you a favor. Those men hated you and wanted you gone, and now they are gone. I mustered the strength to stand again, moving casually to the window by the corner. She was right about one thing. I was dull, weak compared to her. If I refused her and she attacked me, I was a dead man. I had to keep her talking. I never met a succubus who seduces and kills women. Betul? Oh please, such a 14th century stereotype. I don't discriminate when it comes to the pleasure of flesh. Oh, two-way, two-way. But I do still need an incubus like yourself to take the tainted seed I've harvested from those awful men and plant it among the fertile masses for me. So yeah, I'm tired of draining my lovers just to survive. I'm ready to settle down and start a family. That maniacal laughter. I positioned myself carefully, making sure she was looking my direction. Sorry, but I'm not your guy. Apa dia nak buat? With a quick flick of my wrist, I whipped the old bedsheet off the corner mirror. Jadi apa? Lily was blinded by her own reflection and sucked into the mirror with a painful, monstrous scream. Trap. Oh, patutlah dia cover mirror tu, nanti dia pun kena sedut juga. Shielding my own eyes, I pulled a revolver from my desk side drawer, aimed it at the mirror, and fired. So she trapped there forever. Kita boleh assume macam tu lah, terperangkap selamanya. Next. Oh, sampai situ saja. Habis sudah. Cerita pendek agak bagus. Kalau korang nak baca lagi sekali, korang boleh download sama ada kat Steam ataupun dekat dia punya website dia. Nanti aku letak link kat bawah apa ni, description tu. Sampai di sini sajalah. Terima kasih kerana menonton. Dari Fahmi Calo. I took a good look last.